Okay, about 3 or 4 years ago, I was working on a video series called Going Farther with Less. And the idea around that video series was I was trying to take my regular hiking backpacks and I was trying to shrink them down and get it as small as I could, but still keep the essentials for hiking, a day hike or an overnight if you really needed it. It was based on the premise of that guy named Nessmuck, who was way back in the early 1900s. And what he would do, he would go out and he would hike with the bare essentials, like the bare minimum. I don't want to go that far, but it's so hot down here that if you carry a real heavy backpack, you're just going to give yourself heat stroke and you're going to die. So I got mine shrunk down to about the size of this little 7-liter sling pack. Okay, and I made a little backpack straps out of another strap, and it worked pretty good. But the only problem was the pack was too small, and I had to hang off a bunch of pouches off of the sides and off of the front to carry enough stuff. And that kind of defeats the purpose of using a small backpack. I want it all small, self-contained, where I didn't have to carry that much stuff or hang off a bunch of extension pouches. Because if you're going to do that, you might as well just carry a bigger backpack, right? So I'm looking at the old British MTP gas mask field pack and stuff with the side pouches and everything else. I've been looking at that lately, and I was thinking, let's try to bridge the gap between the small pack and the regular size backpack and see what we can get. So let's try to turn that British field pack gas mask pouch, whatever you want to call it, from a haversack into a backpack, and we're going to do that right now. Okay, here we got both of the packs side by side. Of course, here's our little 7-liter sling pack. You can see how thin it is, and you can see the British pack, it's much thicker. So that's going to be able to hold a lot more stuff and be more self-contained than the little 7-liter fuel pack. A couple of things that are going to make the British pack a little bit more challenging. Number one is this has got a handle at the top and the rings at the bottom, which makes it a lot easier to make kind of a backpack out of it, which is an extension strap. Now, the British pack comes with the big shoulder strap and a nice wide shoulder strap. It also comes with the leg strap. We're going to get rid of the leg strap in a minute, and I'm going to show you how I string this up with the shoulder strap, but it's going to work a little bit differently and feel differently because we have the handle at the top and the rings at the bottom. This is exactly the opposite. You would figure the Brits would do everything the opposite. It's got the handle at the bottom and the rings at the top, but it's still going to work. So let me show you how I'm going to string this up and kind of make a little backpack out of this haversack. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we don't really need the leg strap because it's just going to get in the way. So all you do is just unclip it and you pull this through and you put that over there because we ain't going to need that anymore. All right, so now you've got the shoulder strap and it just unclips. So we're going to unclip it, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back this shoulder strap out of the buckle, all right? Nothing special, no tricks. We're just going to back it out of the buckle, and I'm going to feed the shoulder strap through that bottom sleeve, okay? But we want to get this so that this part is going to lay against your side. So I'm going to go through, that's going to go over your shoulder, that's going to lay on your side. I'm going to go through like this with this part down, okay? So all I'm doing, ain't nothing special. We're feeding this, all we're doing is feeding this through the bottom, okay? Perfect. Now we got this clip and we got this strap. Now we're going to put the buckle back on. So we just feed that through there. We feed that through there. And I'm going to keep this all the way out because I'll show you in a second. This strap is not that long, okay? If you're a bigger guy, this is going to be kind of hard on you. I'm 5'8", 190 pounds. If you're and it's kind of tight on me. It's all I can do to get it on. It's all the way out. So if you're a bigger guy, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. Let me see. That's going to be... All right. What I did is I put this upside down. Okay. Because I want this strap to be over that way. Okay. Now we're talking. And you just got to figure out the way that you want it and the way that you want this strap. Okay. There we go. Now when I clip this into here. All right, and then when that's over my shoulder, that's going to be laying on my side. There we go. There we have it. Now you've got a couple of shoulder straps, and it goes through on the bottom. So now let's go up, and I'm going to show you how we put this on, and I'm going to show you how we do a chest strap, which I think that you're going to need for this. So let's go check that out. Okay, here we go. Now we have something that looks like this. Okay, it kind of looks like a backpack. These are going to go through your shoulders, and I guess you could unclip it to make it going on and off a lot easier, but I'm just going to go somewhere like this. Okay. Okay. Now, if you got the straps wrong, and I got them twisted, you can always just twist it underneath. Okay. Okay. Now, you got a little backpack. These straps are really, really wide, and it makes them really, really comfortable when you load some stuff up. And it looks like this in the back. I know, right? Rides nice and high. It gives you plenty of room for a belt kit if you want to wear a belt kit or a knife on your belt. The only problem is there's no chest strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to get around that by using a piece of paracord. I don't know how long this piece of paracord is. I don't know, a couple feet, but come down about. All you do is just double it over into a loop, and you come down and tie an overhand knot. So now you just got a loop. So we're going to put this loop under the strap. We're just going to put it through the loop. We're going to make it like a lark's head right there. We're just going to come over and go under or over. It works better if you go over. And then we're going to come under the strap and just right through the middle. Okay? Now, you got instant chest strap. It's not going to come loose. And you got these tag ends to where if you really want to, you can just put one of those under and then just tie a knot if you want to. It's not going to come loose. Now, look what I just did. I just made the straps so that they come straight down over your shoulder and then go out around your sides and through the backpack. Now, and you see me, I'm sweating. It's only 112 degrees in the garage. Now, and you can adjust the chest strap down because it's not attached to anything. It's just attached to the straps. If you want it down, just tie it down a little bit. Now, you've got something that's on, and it's not moving. Okay? The only problem with this is, like I said, this strap is all the way out. There's no more play in it. And I'm not a very big guy. If you're a bigger guy, it's not going to be good times. What I have is I made myself up another strap that I used with the with the little sling pack, my old Nestmuck pack, and it's just this. It's a couple of luggage hooks that I found somewhere, and a little 1-inch piece of nylon webbing and a couple of strap keepers. That's all it is. And this is about 8 or 9 inches longer than these straps, and that makes a huge difference when you go to put the pack on and take the pack off. So if you're a bigger guy, the strap that comes with the British pack is not going to work for you. I mean, it's just not going to work. You're going to have to get a longer strap to go with it. So let me get this off and let's talk about what we learned today. Okay, what did we learn today? We learned that it's like 112 degrees out here in the garage and I am sweating my ass off. But we learned how to take a nice Haversack style bag and use the strap that it comes with, just reroute it a little bit and make a little backpack. I mean, this thing works great. It's nice and stiff. It's got pretty good capacity on it. You can use it because it's got mollies in the back. If you use molly stuff, you can use it for a butt pack, but it's a little big for a butt pack. But as a little backpack, it works great. It's got mollies on the side, and by the way, the Brits mollies are a little bit different spacing than US mollies. All mollies are not created equal. How Alice is created equal, but not all mollies. But if you want to take these pouches off the side, a regular molly canteen pouch or GP pouch fits perfectly on there. So you could put 2 canteen pouches on each side, and you could carry 2 canteens of water. And then you get into kind of bigger and heavier pack. But this works great. It comes out to where it makes a nice backpack, lays against your back, rides high on your back. The straps lay against your side, no digging in, nothing else. But if you're a bigger guy, like I said, you gotta have a longer strap. That's just the way it is. And I'm gonna replace that strap with this strap. This is about 10 inches longer, and that 10 inches makes a huge difference. The chest strap is nothing but 24 inches of paracord, okay, that I just doubled over, and I came in about 12 inches, and I just tied an overhand knot. And you just run this through, create a lark's head, and run it over and just tie it on the other strap. Perfect chest strap. So I hope I gave you guys something to think about. If you have one of these bags, you can experiment with it. That's part of my Going Farther with Less playlist. Please go check out the other parts of the playlist. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get set up to where when it's not as hot I can go out, but I can already hear the thunder out there today. A big storm's coming. So once again, coming to you from the workbench of death in the 112 degree garage. This is Matt the Old Florida Boy, and I will see you on the trail.